All right, back to Donald J. Trump. I just wanted to show you a little bit of that previous video from, you can find that on Young Elders, the Young Elder or Young Elder channel on YouTube, which is YUNGELDER. Brothers doing some good work. Like I say, we don't agree with everything, but brothers putting out some good information in a lot of areas. But here is a picture of Donald Trump. What people don't know about Donald Trump is that he attended the New York Military Academy, where he received high honors. You see, he's right in the front. So you're not really dealing with a regular president, if he's even president of the U.S. corporation, if that's the case. There's different information on that topic as well. But yeah, he was pretty sharp in the New York Military Academy. And as you can see, they focus, they're in the form of a pyramid. And people say, oh, it's an inverted pyramid, but this is military formation for the spear. It's known as the tip of the spear, which is, I'm not going to give you too much information because it'll go into a whole nother video. But briefly, that has to do with people that have possibly sworn an allegiance, a different type of oath to accomplish different types of things within the structure of the government or even the world. So, and this is why people often wonder why there's never been a president that's been observed in other countries such as Donald Trump. I mean, people are paying attention all over the world to Trump. So going back to when the brother said that he's on the side of the tribes. Yeah, he is on the side of the tribes. And I just showed you some information that he signed to a Moor that Trump confirmed. You can look the letter up. People are going to say it's fake, it's false. They do that all the time. There was even information sent out to Obama. People sent letters out to Obama, and I'm not sure he ever responded to any, but it was confirmed that he received them. He even made some comments about certain things regarding the Moorish paradigm in the Americas and the world. He didn't make comments about that, even though he was a POS and an agent to kind of disrupt some things that were occurring, but he did acknowledge certain things to be factual and true. And Trump has as well. So, yeah, brother, he is on the side of the tribes. Yeah, he is, because he's responding to Moors. And he also just passed legislation that federally recognized the Lumbe. People say the Lumumbe tribe, which, years ago, a lot of the Lumumbe or the Lumbi or the Lumbi, Lumbe, Labe, they had no problems identifying as Moors years ago, back in the 70s. The real one didn't. No big deal. So I'm just wondering why today we keep playing these games with this information. People are saying they're not this, they're not that. It just has to. We've got to clear up a lot of misinformation and lies and whole nine. But here is I wanted to mention earlier to you before. Here is another picture of some Hauray, who are out of South America. The Hauray tribe, Hauri, which the H and the M are synonymous. And they were also called the More, the Hauray with a W, with a H, and then, of course, which is the M, which is the More, and the Muri, to the brother down in South America that always wants to say Moors are foreigners and they're from Europe and the Hessian blood, and see they're from France, and see they're from Spain, and they're not. Yeah, these people were called Moors. Okay? Nazca Inca Moors, Hauray, South America. She's rocking a fez. No doubt. Fez. Halo, tarbouche. Okay? National headdress. Images straight out of South America from the early 1900s. Okay? Wanted to bring that back up to you too, because I showed you another image of a Hauray man. Let's hit this real quick. This is out of a book called the page number is the Amor Gar Khans of the Atlantic Coast. And it goes on to say the earliest appearance of variant of the name And the land eventually became the United States, okay, which of course was America before that, recorded by the Spanish in 1680 as Amaracasi, a tribal name contained in the title of the Florida mission. Yeah, Florida. Florida has a serious history, people. Remember that was Florida was the original territory of Al-Andalusia, which extended all the way over to Arizona. But El Nombre de Dios de Amaracasi, which was also acknowledged by Yamasee, Yamasee, I talked about that earlier, Yamasee, America, town located in Temuco province of La Florida. Okay, applied to the name Amaracasi, the original name of the Yamakri. An abbreviation from Yamasee appears in South Carolina, recorded as the Amasee. All right? So this word is also Amur. Garakans is Almarakan, Amurhakan, Mohican, Amurkan, Mohican, Almarakans. Remember the name Khan is the name priest. It's also where the name John comes out of. Then you can get into the Murakan or Murhakan Confederacy, which I mentioned that in another video also too. So once again, people are just continuing to say Moors is not this and we not that and dirty Moors and Moors that, and we just got to smash their ass, period. We just got to smash them, all right? So here we go again, Moor. Now it says a dark-skinned Aboriginal person, but there's dark-skinned people that's not Aboriginal, right? And who's determined what is dark? Who's dark? To some people, I am dark, right? So who determines who's dark? Understand that, because really this has more to do with bloodline than it does complexion, right? Bloodline. Belonging to, it kind of clarifies it, any indigenous, okay? All dark-skinned people ain't indigenous to certain territories, right? Aboriginal people throughout the planet. Now, in order to be original, you're still talking about a bloodline. There's things walking around today that show complexion, but it ain't you. Come out of a laboratory, right? We got to understand that. So it refers to an inhabitant or descendant of the first civilization of Mu. Remember I told you the word Mu goes back to Mu, also known as Lemuria, which preceded Atlantis, right? So let's keep that in mind, man. People, they just want to keep they tripping. All right, in 1621, or you can say in 621, knock off the 1, knock off 1,000 years. 621, the word Indian, which it don't even go back that far, really, was substituted for Moorish. With this single alteration, the original text was transcribed in 1730. Thus, also certain people of Nubia and Abyssinia were at times known as Indians, such as the Blims of the known as texts. Okay. So it says right here when it was replaced. It was replaced because Moor is older. I just showed you it goes back to Atlantis. This word don't go back to Atlantis. It don't go. It's supposed to be the word Indus. Indus is what it's supposed to be, not Indian. Right? That's another 14th Amendment citizen. People talk about I'm a black Indian, I'm an American Indian, I'm a native Indian. That's the 14th Amendment citizen these days. Okay? This is not. Never was, never really will be. You can take off the ish and just say Moor. That won't be no 14th Amendment citizen. Okay? You can navigate as one if you choose. You can navigate without. All right? So let's keep it chopping. They didn't have problems making proclamations in the 70s. Excuse me, in the 1970s. They were not having any issues making proclamations as Moors, using the word Moors in the proclamation process. Nobody was tripping over that. Nobody was talking about nope, them dirty Moors. See, all that teaching, that stuff, that's kind of recent. It is really recent, man. Nobody was talking about dirty Moors coming from Europe, siding with the Europeans, overthrowing the indigenous people. Nobody was talking about that. That didn't start happening until people concocted things to blame people for, right? And I'm going to show y'all something too. It's coming. Get ready for it. Now, here we go. This is a picture that was sent to me from a friend of mine who was at a museum in another country, and he noticed something on this gentleman who's described as an Indian or torturous original, the whole nine. Let me show y'all what's on here. Since y'all want to say the Drew Ali thing is not real, the Moore thing is not real, they just came together and made things up. If you can see what's on his chest, you can see what's on here, which is a symbol right here of the treaty. And the X above it, which goes back to the Mordecai Confederacy, right? Don't go back to no cross and bars or whatever. That's the Mordecai Confederacy symbol. And you can see the handshake, the symbol of the friendship and peace. Now, it is the same handshake that is on the charters, Divine Constitution of Moorish America. Right here, the unity. It's the unity, right? These are both, if you can see this picture right here, these are both melanated hands. There ain't no white hand in there, because that's the original one. You know who else? You know who came and put the white hand in here? It ain't supposed to be no white hand in there. It did represent a status, but it would say status versus, right? But they didn't do that no more. Remember, they put the white one in there? This is what the original looked like. It's two melanated hands, because it was agreement between two melanated groups of people to come together and stop all the wars. It come together. That's what that's really about. Right? Coming together. It ain't no traitor shaking hands with somebody they trying to do dirt on. It's coming together. It's unity. It's stop the BS, which is what this is really all about. It's coming together, man. But y'all don't want to do that. And then y'all want to blame Moors when y'all don't want to do that. Let me show y'all something else real quick. I showed y'all that one. Let me show y'all this one right here. Jumping around here a bit, man. You know, my computer getting a little excited too, because this is what it is. We just got to show y'all. Behind Geneva, the conferences were so concerned about any potential boomerangs from the Moorish issue that they began a full-barrel character assassination. Listen to this. Listen to this, Mr. One Yelling Dirty Moors. Listen to this, Mr. South America. All y'all torturous people out there talking smack. A full-barrel character assassination of Moorish heritage. This is in the 1930s and 40s. Behind the Geneva Conferences and the Sixth Pan-American Conference of Havana, Cuba. They began a full-barrel character assassination of Moorish heritage. The most flagrant example was when two master masons, you could put Freemasons, put together the infamous Amos and Andy show, and it became the first national syndicated radio show in history. It was deliberately designed to spoof the Moorish Science Temple and Moors by lampooning them as the mystic order of the Knights of the Sea, or the mystic order of Arabia. Moors is not that. And cautiously referred to them as sardines. Do I need to read this again to y'all? Do I need to read it again? It don't just say Masons. It say Master Masons. It probably should say Freemasons. I seen several of you brothers that's talking the dirty Moor stuff advertise books by Freemasons. Why calling the Moors dirty? And let's get it correct. You wasn't talking about dirty Moors. I pointed that out in the opening of this video. You was talking about all Moors. Because you said, when the sister showed you that the Moors, she made a comment that the Moors were the ones that built Moorish Tartary, the ancient structures that go way back. They can't even date them. Brother, you said, no, that's who we was fighting. See, we've been fighting for 40 years, so you was fighting the brothers that established heaven on earth. You was fighting the brothers that established heaven on earth, and then you promoting these cats who put together an infamous to do what? To do what? Deliberately designed to spoof the Moorish Science Temple. Oh, Drew Ali was also seducing people. Didn't you say that too? to spoof the Moorish Science Temple by lampooning them as the mystic order of the Knights of the Sea. Oh, there's some mystic order. Oh, you see, they're the red dragons. Yeah, brother, you brother that's on IG that's running your mouth. Look like you ain't took a shower in 20 years, brother. Put some cocoa butter on your skin, some shea butter in your locks. Hit up Cordoba Organics and order something. CordobaOrganics.com. Hit up the Moor down there and get some shea butter for your skin, brother. You yelling dirty Moor, and it look like if you clap hard enough, dust will come off your hands. And you yelling dirty Moors. Lampooning them as what they're not. Yeah, see that, people? We got more to go into. We got a whole lot more to go into. Let me show y'all something else real quick. Since I got some images up here, man, I want to give them to y'all. This is an image of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You see my man in the back with his fez on? Yeah, y'all wonder why Earth, Wind, and Fire was so deep. How they was giving it to you. Just look at their album covers. Earth, Wind, and Fire. You gonna call them Dirty Moor? You gonna call them a Dirty Moor? Show y'all something else here while we got everything up. This is an image of a Moorish giant out of Tartaria. It's an old picture. They don't even know how old it is. Remember this, the camera is way older than they tell you. It's the Moor carrying the cattle on his back. Moorish giant. Moorish Tartaria. You see the brother's face. Zoom in. You use your microscopes or whatever it is to zoom in. All right? This is Moorish Tartaria. This is who you was fighting. Niggas carrying cattle on their back. You fighting them. That's who you was fighting. That's who you ran out. A couple of brothers say we ran them out. That's who you ran out. You ain't run nobody out. You ain't did nothing but running your mouth. Only thing you running is your mouth. You know, no disrespect to you, brother. I love you, brothers, but, you know, we got to fire back. You fired first. You fired second. You fired third. Now take your ass whoopings. Out of respect for a lot of the Moors that's out here trying to do good work. Y'all just, man, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. It really is. But we're not surprised. Here is, I'm not going to tell you how to pull it up. If you want to get with us, well, I'll tell you how to pull it up. This is from the CDC going way back. You see our list of tribes, the Eastern tribes, and they have a number for them, right? Atacapa, Biloxi, right? Look at this one. Georgetown. Y'all know that is actually a tribe? Do y'all know that? What's this? Moor. Uh-oh, Moor? Moor? The nationality of people? Nansemine, this is the name of a river, not the people. Natchez, Nassau, Washa, Nipmuc. We can go on and on and on and on and on. I can tell you how to pull it up if you really want to know. But many of these refer to this one when you look it up. And they have a number that says they were a clean and pure nation. Didn't Drew Ali say something like that years ago? Didn't he say you are a clean and pure nation? Huh. Yep. The Moors, them dirty Moors. No, that says they're a clean and pure nation, and they have a number that states that. You said Drew Ali was going in seducing people, brother. Dr. Drew, the great divine healer. Newspaper article. He ain't write this. Going in healing people. These strange secrets are from the great country of India because he taught in India. I covered that in another video on Drew Ali that he taught over in India in response to Chief El Ra and other chiefs Stop the Hate Against Moors. Pull that up on YouTube. Dr. Drew, the great divine healer. Y'all don't know you don't know half the information about No Petrali. Y'all don't know half of how he was getting down and who he really is and who his descendants are today. Y'all don't know. They still out there. But we got more to cover. Peace.